start here, and I need you to really lean in for this, because this is where everything changes. Before discipline, before mindset, before daily action. There is one decision that separates people who transform their lives from those who stay stuck. It's ownership. You cannot change what you refuse to own. I'm talking about radical responsibility, not partial responsibility, not responsibility when it's convenient. I'm talking about the kind of ownership that says, my life is my responsibility, all of it. Your results, your habits, your attitude, your circle, your standards, your response to pain, your response to opportunity. Now let's be intellectually honest. You did not control your childhood. You did not choose your environment. You didn't pick your parents, your starting point, or the obstacles placed in front of you. That's real. But here's the deeper psychological truth. While you may not control what happened to you, you are fully responsible for who you choose to become because of it. That shift right there is power. Most people operate from a blame framework. They blame the economy, they blame their boss, they blame their partner. They blame their lack of resources. And blaming feels good in the moment because it protects the ego. It allows you to say, it's not my fault. But the problem with that mindset is this: if it's not your fault, then it's not your power either. And if it's not your power, you can't change it. Ownership is uncomfortable because it removes the safety net of excuses. When you say, this is on me, you also eliminate every escape route. But what you gain is something far more valuable: agency, control, influence. Psychologically, responsibility activates action. When the brain perceives control, it moves into problem-solving mode. When it perceives helplessness, it shuts down. That's why two people can face the same adversity and produce completely different outcomes. One says, why is this happening to me? The other says, what is this teaching me and what am I going to do about it? That second question is transformational. Ownership doesn't mean self-blame. It means self-leadership. It means asking better questions. Instead of who's responsible for my situation, you ask, what's my next move? Instead of why don't they support me, you ask, how can I become so disciplined that I don't need external validation? Instead of why is this so hard, you ask, who do I need to become to handle this? That's maturity. That's growth. And let's go even deeper. Philosophically, responsibility is what gives life meaning. When you accept that your choices matter, that your actions shape your identity, you begin to live intentionally. You stop drifting. You stop reacting. You start designing. You design your mornings. You design your standards. You design your circle. You design your future, but none of that happens until you draw a line in the sand and say, no more excuses, no more waiting, no more blaming. From this day forward, I own my life. And I know some of you are thinking, but you don't understand my situation. You're right. I may not understand every detail of your struggle, but I understand this principle. Progress begins the moment excuses end. Every high performer, every leader, every individual who changed their trajectory started with that internal shift. They stopped negotiating with their potential. Ownership also forces clarity. When you take responsibility, you can no longer hide behind vague goals and emotional reactions. You start tracking your habits. You start evaluating your decisions. You start asking, is what I'm doing today aligned with who I say I want to become? That question alone can change your life. Because once you own your behavior, you can adjust it. Once you own your standards, you can raise them. Once you own your mistakes, you can learn from them. But if you deny them, you repeat them. And here's the powerful part. When you fully accept responsibility, you become dangerous in the best possible way. You stop waiting for permission. You stop needing perfect conditions. You stop relying on motivation. You understand that whether you feel like it or not, the outcome is tied to your choices. That mindset feeds directly into discipline. It strengthens resilience. It prepares you to embrace pain as growth. It builds the foundation for a winning mentality. But none of those key points matter if you're still outsourcing responsibility. So today, I'm challenging you to do something simple but profound. Audit your language. Notice how often you say they, it, or if only. Replace it with I will. That shift in language rewires identity. Because at the end of the day, the most empowering sentence you can say is this: my life is my responsibility. And once you truly believe that, you stop waiting for change and you become it. Once you accept full responsibility for your life, the next question becomes unavoidable. How are you going to execute? Ownership gives you power, but discipline gives that power direction. And this is where most people struggle, because discipline is not exciting. It's not glamorous. It doesn't trend. It doesn't go viral. Discipline is quiet. It's repetitive. It's often boring, but it is the bridge between intention and transformation. Let's define it clearly. Discipline is the ability to act according to a decision, not according to a feeling. Feelings are unstable. They shift with weather, with sleep, with circumstances, with other people's opinions. If your behavior is built on emotion, your results will always be inconsistent. But when your behavior is built on standards, on non-negotiables, you become stable. And stability creates momentum. Psychologically, discipline strengthens identity. Every time you do what you said you were going to do, especially when you don't feel like it, you send a message to your brain. I am a person who follows through. That internal reputation matters more than any external praise. When you break promises to yourself, your self-trust erodes. When you keep them, even in small ways, your confidence compounds. That's why small habits matter. Waking up when the alarm rings, finishing the workout, reading when you said you would read, making the call you've been avoiding. These are not random tasks. They are identity builders. And here's where we have to separate motivation from discipline. Motivation is emotional fuel. It's powerful, but it burns fast. Discipline is structural. It doesn't depend on excitement. It depends on commitment. You don't brush your teeth because you're motivated. You brush them because it's a standard. The goal is to make excellence just as automatic. Now, I want you to think philosophically for a moment. Freedom and discipline are not opposites. They are connected. The undisciplined person becomes a slave to impulses, to distraction, to comfort, to procrastination. The disciplined person, on the other hand, earns freedom, financial freedom, physical freedom, because their choices are intentional. The irony is this: short-term discipline creates long-term freedom. Short-term indulgence creates long-term limitation. That's why you have to train yourself to think beyond the moment. When you're tired, when you're distracted, when you're tempted to quit, you have to ask, what does my future self need from me right now? That question elevates you above impulse. Discipline is also about environment. You cannot rely solely on willpower. That's a mistake. Structure your life so that success becomes easier than failure. Remove distractions. Schedule your priorities. Protect your mornings. Protect your energy. High performers don't rely on luck. They design systems. And let me be clear, discipline is not punishment. It's alignment. It's bringing your daily actions into harmony with your long-term vision. If you say you want to be healthy, your habits must reflect that. If you say you want financial independence, your spending and learning must reflect that. If you say you want greatness, your schedule must reflect that. Otherwise, you're living in contradiction. And contradiction drains power. Here's something else most people won't tell you. Discipline is built in discomfort. You strengthen it the same way you strengthen muscle, through resistance. When you push past the urge to stop, when you continue despite inconvenience, you are literally expanding your capacity. Your tolerance for difficulty increases. What once felt impossible becomes normal. That's G, growth. But you have to stop negotiating with yourself. Every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, you reinforce delay. Every time you say, just this once, you weaken the standard. Discipline requires clarity. What are your non-negotiables? What happens every single day, regardless of mood? Decide that in advance. Don't wait until you're emotional to make a decision. Emotional decisions rarely align with long-term goals. And understand this, discipline compounds. One disciplined day builds momentum for the next. One disciplined month builds self-respect. One disciplined year can completely change your life trajectory. But it starts small. It starts today, not when conditions are perfect, not when you feel inspired. Today, because once responsibility becomes real, discipline becomes necessary. You can't claim ownership and then live randomly. Structure is the evidence of seriousness. Consistency is the proof of commitment. You want confidence? Earn it through discipline. You want results? Earn them through discipline. You want transformation? Build it through discipline. At the end of the day, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So decide who you are. Decide what you stand for. And then act accordingly, especially when it's hard. Because the life you want is not built on how you feel. It's built on what you do repeatedly when you don't feel like it. It doesn't matter how committed you are. At some point, you are going to face pain. And this is where most people retreat. We live in a culture that worships comfort. Convenience is marketed as success. Ease is mistaken for progress. But growth has never been born from comfort. Growth is forged in resistance. The very things you're trying to avoid, failure, rejection, criticism, uncertainty, are often the raw materials of your transformation. Let's talk about pain in an honest way. Pain is not just physical, it's emotional, it's psychological. It's the discomfort of discipline, the sting of falling short, the humiliation of being a beginner, the loneliness of outgrowing your environment. And if you misinterpret pain, you will run from the very experiences designed to elevate you. Psychologically, pain is feedback. It signals that something is stretching beyond its current capacity. When you lift weights, muscle fibers tear before they grow back stronger. When you challenge limiting beliefs, your ego resists before your identity expands. Discomfort is often evidence that you are crossing into new territory. The problem is not pain itself. The problem is our relationship with it. If you see pain as punishment, you will avoid it. If you see pain as information, you will learn from it. If you see pain as a test, you will endure it. But if you see pain as a teacher, you will grow through it. That shift changes everything. Philosophically, struggle is what gives achievement meaning. If there were no resistance, there would be no development. Think about it. Courage cannot exist without fear. Perseverance cannot exist without difficulty. Strength cannot exist without opposition. The very traits you admire in others are born from seasons they survived. But here's the part people don't like to hear. Pain doesn't automatically make you better. It makes you bitter or better depending on how you interpret it. Two people can lose the same opportunity. One internalizes it as proof of inadequacy. The other internalizes it as a lesson in preparation. Same event, different meaning, different outcome. That's why mindset and pain are connected. When difficulty hits, S, your internal dialogue determines your direction. Do you say this is too much? Or do you say, this is developing me? Do you collapse under pressure? or do you let pressure refine you? And let's go deeper. Avoiding pain often creates greater pain. Avoiding hard conversations creates broken relationships. Avoiding discipline creates regret. Avoiding risk creates stagnation. The short-term escape leads to long-term dissatisfaction. Temporary discomfort is the price of lasting growth. You have to train yourself to lean into constructive pain, the kind that aligns with your purpose. Not reckless suffering, not unnecessary chaos, but the discomfort that comes from stretching beyond who you used to be. When you wake up early and your body wants sleep, that's constructive pain. When you study instead of scrolling, that's constructive pain. When you choose integrity over approval, that's constructive pain. When you keep going after rejection, that's constructive pain. Each time you endure it, your threshold increases. What once intimidated you becomes manageable. What once overwhelmed you becomes routine. That's resilience being built in real time. And here's something powerful. Pain clarifies priorities. When everything is easy, it's hard to know what truly matters. But when things get hard, your values become visible. You discover what you're willing to fight for. You discover what you're willing to sacrifice. You discover who you really are. There is a version of you that only exists on the other side of hardship. A stronger version, a wiser version, a more disciplined, more focused, more grounded version. But that version cannot emerge without friction. You cannot bypass the process. And let me say this clearly. Quitting may remove the pain of effort, but it introduces the pain of regret. And regret is heavier. Regret lingers. Regret whispers years out. Adder. What if you had tried one more time? So when you feel pressure, when you feel doubt, when you feel exhausted, don't immediately interpret it as a sign to stop. Sometimes it's a sign you're growing. Sometimes it's a signal that your capacity is expanding. Responsibility gave you control. Discipline gave you structure. Pain now gives you depth. And depth is what separates temporary success from lasting transformation. So the next time life tests you, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this building in me? Because if you respond correctly, your greatest struggles will become your greatest strengths. And remember this, the pain you endure with purpose today becomes the power you walk in tomorrow. By now, you've taken responsibility. You've built discipline. You've learned not to run from pain, but to grow through it. But there is another layer, and this one is internal. It's the architecture of your thinking. Because no matter how structured you are, no matter how resilient you become, your mindset will always determine your ceiling. Your mindset is the lens through which you interpret reality. Two people can experience the same event and walk away with completely different conclusions, not because the event changed, but because their interpretation did. And interpretation drives behavior. If you believe challenges are threats, you'll protect yourself. If you believe challenges are opportunities, you'll stretch yourself. If you believe success is for other people, you'll unconsciously sabotage progress. If you believe growth is earned, you'll pursue it relentlessly. A winning mindset is not blind optimism. It's not pretending obstacles don't exist. It's the disciplined decision to interpret obstacles in a way that fuels action instead of fear. Let's talk psychology for a moment. The brain looks for evidence to confirm what it all. Edie believes. If you believe you are incapable, your mind will highlight every mistake. If you believe you're capable of learning, your mind will search for solutions. That means your dominant thoughts are not neutral. They are directives. What you repeatedly tell yourself becomes instruction. That's why language matters. When you say, I'm bad at this, you close the door. When you say, I'm learning this, you keep it open. When you say, I always fail, you solidify identity. When you say, I haven't mastered it yet, you preserve possibility. A winning mindset understands the power of yet. Philosophically, mindset is about identity. It's about who you believe you are becoming. If you see yourself as a victim of circumstance, you will wait. If you see yourself as a builder of circumstance, you will act. The difference is subtle in words, but massive in outcome. And let's be clear, mindset is trained. It doesn't appear automatically. You cultivate it intentionally. You expose yourself to ideas that elevate you. You guard your mental environment. You become selective about what you consume, who you listen to, and what narratives you internalize. Because your environment shapes your expectations. If everyone around you normalizes mediocrity, excellence will feel extreme. If everyone around you normalizes excuses, accountability will feel uncomfortable. But if you surround yourself physically or intellectually with high standards, growth becomes normal. A winning mindset also embraces long-term thinking. It understands delayed gratification. It resists the need for immediate validation. It says, I am willing to look small now to become strong later. That's maturity. That's vision. Most people quit not because they lack ability, but because they misinterpret the timeline. They expect mastery in months when it requires years. They expect applause during the building phase. They expect clarity before commitment. But a powerful mindset commits first and clarifies along the way. It also separates identity from outcome. You are not your last result. A failure is an event, not a definition. When you internalize every setback as proof of inadequacy, you weaken resilience. But when you see setbacks as data, you strengthen strategy. That shift is everything. A winning mindset says, what can I learn? How can I adapt? What's the next move? It stays forward focused. It refuses to sit in self-pity, not because pain isn't real, but because progress requires direction. And here's something important. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is alignment between your standards and your behavior. When you consistently show up, when you endure pain, when you honor discipline, your mindset naturally strengthens. You begin to trust yourself. And self-trust is the foundation of bold action. Visualization plays a role too. You must see yourself at a higher level before you operate there consistently. Not fantasy, clarity. What does the next version of you think like? How does that version respond to stress? What does that version tolerate and what does it refuse to tolerate? When you answer those questions, you create a mental blueprint. But none of this works if your inner dialogue remains negative. You cannot build a powerful life with a self-defeating narrative. You have to become aware of your thoughts and challenge them. Not every thought deserves belief. Some thoughts require interrogation. Ask yourself, is this belief helping me or limiting me? If it's limiting you, replace it intentionally, repeatedly. That repetition rewires identity. Responsibility gave you control. Discipline gave you structure. Pain gave you strength. Mindset now gives you direction. And direction determines destination. So guard your thoughts. Elevate your language. Train your perception. Because the life you build externally will never exceed the story you believe internally. Change the story and you change the outcome. Now we arrive at the point where everything either becomes real or remains theoretical. You've taken responsibility. You've built discipline. You've embraced pain. You've strengthened your mindset. But none of it matters without action. Action is the translation of belief into reality. You can listen to speeches all day. You can read books. You can journal. You can visualize. But at some point, the question becomes simple. What are you doing? Because transformation does not respond to intention. It responds to execution. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Action is where fear gets exposed. It's easy to think about starting a business. It's harder to register it. It's easy to talk about getting in shape. It's harder to wake up at 5 a.m. in training. It's easy to say you want growth. It's harder to make the call, send the email, submit the application, have the difficult conversation. Action removes imagination and introduces consequence. That's why people delay it. Psychologically, the mind prefers certainty. Taking action introduces risk. You might fail. You might be rejected. You might not look as competent as you imagine. But here's what you must understand. Clarity comes from movement, not from overthinking. You do not think your way into confidence. You act your way into confidence. Every time you execute, even imperfectly, you collect evidence. Evidence that you can handle discomfort. Evidence that you can survive mistakes. Evidence that progress is possible. That evidence builds momentum. And momentum builds identity. But action must be consistent. One powerful day does not change your life. One productive week does not rewrite your future. It's the daily decision, especially on the ordinary days, that compounds into transformation. The days when you don't feel inspired, the days when nobody is watching, the days when results are not yet visible, those are the days that matter most. Philosophically, action is how we give meaning to time. Time passes regardless. The question is whether your actions align with your declared vision. If your goals say one thing, but your calendar says another, you're not confused. You're misaligned. Alignment requires daily movement. And let's address perfectionism. Many people hide behind preparation. They say they're getting ready. They're researching. They're waiting for the right time. But preparation without execution becomes procrastination in disguise. You will never feel fully ready. Action precedes readiness. You step first and confidence follows. You move first and clarity follows. You commit first and capability expands. Now here's where everything connects. Responsibility means you stop blaming. Discipline means you endure. Mindset means you interpret correctly, but action means you advance. Without action, responsibility becomes talk. Without action, discipline becomes theory. Without action, pain becomes suffering without growth. Without action, mindset becomes motivational language without results. Action is the proof, and I'm not talking about dramatic, life-altering moves every single day. I'm talking about focused, intentional steps. One call, one page, one workout, 1 hour of deep work. Small actions done consistently outperform rare bursts of intensity. Think in terms of trajectory, not emotion. Are your actions today moving you closer to who you said you want to become? If the answer is yes, even slightly, you're winning. If the answer is no, adjust immediately. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for next month. Adjust now, because the cost of inaction is invisible at first, but devastating over time. Years pass, opportunities close, potential fade, not because of one major failure, but because of accumulated hesitation. You cannot build a different future while repeating identical days. So make execution your identity. Become someone who moves, someone who implements, someone who treats ideas as starting points, not end points. And understand this, action creates opportunity. Doors do not open for observers, they open for participants. When you step forward, you create possibility. When you stay still, you preserve comfort, but comfort rarely creates growth. You don't need more information. You don't need more inspiration. You need movement. Every day you wake up, you're either reinforcing who you were or constructing who you're becoming. That decision is made through action, not intention. So when this speech ends, don't just feel motivated. Do something. Send the message. Start the plan. Begin the work. Even if it's small, especially if it's small. Because the difference between the life you imagine and the life you experience is found in what you do next. And here's the truth I want you to carry with you. Your future is not decided by what you want. It is built by what you do. Starting today,